Hi friends, welcome to English Study Point. Today in this video lecture, I am going to discuss another poetry by George Herbert titled as The Pulley. So, this poem by George Herbert explores themes related to divine creation, human nature, and the balance between earthly desires and spiritual fulfillment. Let's begin with these lines. When God at first made men. So, this line sets the scene of divine creation, introducing the fundamental theme of humanity's origin and the relationship between God and men. Having a glass of blessings standing by. So, the glass of blessings symbolizes the abundance of gifts and virtues God possesses, suggesting that creation is a deliberate act filled with generosity. Let us, said he, pour on him all we can. So God expresses the intention to gift men with as many blessings as possible, highlighting the divine desire to provide for humanity. Let the world's riches which dispose lie. So this suggests that the world's blessings are scattered and not easily accessible, emphasizing the need for a divine hand to organize and bestow them. Contract into a span. So span symbolizes a limited period or extent, hinting at the finite nature of human experience and the idea that blessings can be concentrated despite their wide dispersion. Now, here we see in this stanza, so strength first made our way. Strength is introduced as the first blessing, indicating that God prioritized physical and mental capabilities in humanity's design, essential for survival and progress. Then beauty flowed, then wisdom, honor, pleasure. So, this line describes a sequence of blessings bestowed upon men, indicating that God's gifts extend beyond mere survival to encompass aesthetic, intellectual, and social fulfillment. When almost all was out, God made a stay. So, God holds the flow of blessings as most have been given. This signifies a moment of reflection and question in the act of creation, showing God's wisdom in restraint, perceiving that alone of all his treasure. So God recognizes that amidst all the bountiful gifts, one crucial element has been withheld, which emphasizes intentionality in creation. Rest in the bottom lane. So, rest symbolizes contentment and peace, suggesting that in the pursuit of worldly blessings, humans might overlook the importance of spiritual rest. This line implies that without spiritual fulfillment, all other blessings may ultimately feel incomplete. So, from these two stanzas, we get to see that this poem contrasts physical and spiritual needs, suggesting that while God has endowed humanity with many earthly gifts, true peace and fulfillment are found in spiritual rest. It raises questions about the nature of desire and the human condition, implying that an overabundance of earthly pleasures may lead to a neglect of spiritual well being. So, by metaphorically portraying God as a careful and selective creator, Herbert reflects on divine wisdom and the complexities of human existence. So, this poem, The Pulley, serves as a reflection on the gifts of life and the inherent need for balance between material and spiritual aspects of existence. Now, heading on to another stanza, we find, for if I should, said he. So, God's speech introduces a hypothetical scenario, indicating a careful consideration of the consequences of bestowing another blessing on men. Bestow this jewel also on my creature. So, the jewel symbolizes the ultimate blessing, which is spiritual rest or peace. It is portrayed as a valuable possession that could change the relationship between God and men. He would adore my gifts instead of me. So, God recognizes the danger of humanity becoming overly focused on the bountiful gifts rather than the giver himself. So, this line critiques the tendency of humans to idolize what they receive rather than the divine source and rest in nature, not the God of nature. So, this separation emphasizes a potential misdirection of worship. If humanity finds satisfaction solely in the natural world, it may neglect its spiritual relationship with God, which is ultimately more fulfilling. So, both should losers be? So, in this statement, God reflects on what would occur if men were to prioritize earthly pleasures. Both God and humanity would suffer a loss. So, God's blessings would become the focal point rather than a means to connect with the divine. Now, here in last stanza, we find, yet let him keep the rest. So, God decides to allow humanity to retain the other blessings, indicating a balance between giving gifts and not overwhelming them with too much abundance, but keep them with repining restlessness. So, this phrase suggests that humanity will have the enjoyment of these blessings, yet will experience a dissatisfaction or yearning. Repining means a sense of longing or lament that suggests something is still missing. Let him be rich and weary that at least. So God permits human beings to accumulate wealth, both spiritual and material. But this wealth will come with weariness. This serves as a reminder that mere accusation does not guarantee true satisfaction or peace. If goodness lead him not, yet weariness. So this line suggests that if humanity does not find guidance through moral goodness, the inherent weariness and dissatisfaction from the pursuit of pleasure may still lead them back to God. Might toss him to my breast. So, the image of being tossed to my breast shows a yearning for divine connection. It means that through the struggles and discontent of life, humans may ultimately find themselves turning towards God for solace and comfort. So, what we see here is that there is a conversation which captures the complexity of divine generosity, highlighting God's foresight regarding human tendencies towards materialism and idolatry. It underscores the idea that earthly blessings, if prioritized, can distract from spiritual truth and connection, warning against the dangers of misplaced devotion. So God's intent to allow repining restlessness signifies a purposeful design in human experiences, and also it encourages an ongoing search for deeper meaning and ultimate fulfillment found only in God. So these lines deepen the exploration of the relationship between God and humanity and the nature of true fulfillment, suggesting that while earthly riches may be desirable, they cannot replace the spiritual nurturance that God alone provides. Then with this video lecture ends here. Hope this video lecture will help you in your exams. Thank you.